From the campus of the University of Alabama, live sports from Alabama's sports team. This is WVUA Sports.
Well, it was no laughing matter for Ha-Ha Clinton Dix today, but I bet he smiled a little bit. He signed a 4-year, $8.25 million contract with the Green Bay Packers, who, of course, drafted him in the first round. He's expected to compete for a starting job right away. Some more news from around the NFL today. Cyrus Kouandjio also signed his rookie deal with Buffalo. Marcel Darius was a no-show at Bills camp. Chiefs are going to work out former Pats defensive lineman Brandon Dederick, and Dion Ballou, who was recently cut by the Dolphins, was signed by the Steelers. And you know, when you're as good as the Alabama football team has been since Nick Saban arrived, it's only natural that it's hard to find teams who want to play you. Now, that's the case for the 2015 schedule. They only have one hole in the non-conference slate. TideSports.com is reporting today that Southern Miss might be the team to fill that spot. Now, Alabama's men's golf team has a dynasty of its own in the works. The Tide brought home a second straight national title yesterday. Today, they met the local media for the first time since securing that new hardware. Coach broke down the keys to knocking off Oklahoma State.
I heard Bobby's holding one was a really big deal on number 2. It kind of loosened us all up a little bit because he's first out. Then Trey to end it with an eagle on the last hole with a great putt. It curled, you know, a good 3 feet, and the way it happened, like I said, it's just a storybook ending.
Knowing that we just won back-to-back, titles is awesome, and being able to share that moment with Coach Sewell and being able for him to jump into my arms and have that moment with my teammates on the green was just something very special and something I'll never forget.
Now, the golf team is the third Alabama athletics team to win back-to-back titles since 2011, joining football and gymnastics. It's championship time for the Alabama softball team as well. Action beginning today in Oklahoma City at the Women's College World Series. The Crimson Tide will play in tonight's final game at 8:30 against Oklahoma. Coach Murphy knows the challenge that awaits.
Have very good lefties up and down the lineup that hit the ball hard. Obviously, and Penley was on that team too. I mean, it was a loaded team. And she's had a heck of a good year. Over 400. I think 18 home runs, 17 doubles, leads the team in RBIs. I mean, it's a stacked lineup, and it's a typical Oklahoma lineup.
Now here's a look at the scoreboard from a little earlier today. Florida and Oregon already big winners. They'll advance to the winners bracket. Louisiana Lafayette and Kentucky will play before the Tide and Sooners. An update, of course, tonight at 10. Now, the Alabama baseball team would love to find themselves at the College World Series for the first time since 1999. Their journey begins tomorrow in the Tallahassee Regional. Spencer Turnbull gets the nod on the hill against Kennesaw State. The coaches are ready to go.
I think the biggest thing here is you know what you're going to get. You're going to get a great tournament and a great environment, and that's something obviously we're excited and looking forward to.
The last 6 weeks has been, I think everybody from our sports information to our trainers to our coaches feel good. When we go out there.
At least one national media member has faith in the Tide. ESPN analyst Kyle Peterson has picked them to make it to Omaha. And finally, last night in the Heat-Pacers playoff game, check this out. Lance Stevenson tried a new tactic to get into the head of the world's best basketball player, LeBron James. He blew in his ear. What? Afterwards, James said that he only uses that tactic with his wife. It's fun to see him actually smiling and get a kick out of it. Now, it worked, though, because the Pacers won and LeBron only scored 7 points. So maybe more teams should do that. More sports at 10. Philip is back next to wrap up the show.